Yeah, because when I was young, I was always interested in stuff about outer space and nature. So I would always look in the stars, look at nature. And I didn't know a lot about people talking about UFOs at that time, but I got interested in it later.
Hi and welcome to episode number 14, and I have chatted to Brad Marcus today, who I must say is an expert in books and podcasts and what to listen to, and if you are curious about this world, and I think it's very important because a lot of people, they usually just follow or listen to one person, but get out there and be curious. So all the links I have on the show note page, but also on the blog number 14 on ascensiontalk.com, and also I will be also releasing episode number 11 as well, because I kind of skipped one episode before, and that one will be on a dream I had about a man being healed by sitting in a harp. So that's number 11, but here is episode number 14 with Brad Marcus. So welcome to the show, Brad. How are you today? Finally, we get to talk.
How are you?
Yeah, I am well, thank you. It's very sunny here in Queensland, Australia. I live in a tropical part of Australia, so I'm very. They actually have on the coast here where I am, they have something called a festival of surfing this weekend as well. And where people from all around the world, usually, at the moment, I'm not quite sure, but they come and they have, they have competitions. They have even surf with dogs here. So it's pretty cool. So where do you live?
Is that the one? Is that the one you're going to?
No. I'm going to another one. It's more like, another festival. I'm going to more about the mind, body, spirit kind of festival. But yeah, they have heaps of options here for people.
What is it called? I'm interested in it. Look it up online. What is it called?
Conscious Life Holistic Wellness Festival, it's called, and they have it every year here. They got heaps of speakers, about mind, body, mindfulness, but also about eating and, healthy living and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's very interesting. But I want to hear about you, Brad. You don't have to tell us where you live, but in what state though, do you live in? And are you from there?
Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, so did you grow up there?
Yes, I did. It's always had a lot of spiritual experience, spiritual leaders, spiritual organizations have been in Chicago.
Oh, I had no clue about that. And
Brad Steiger, I told you about, wrote a book called Psychic Chicago back in the 1970s, and he was talking about so many things that started in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Spiritual.
Okay. What's his name?
Mm-hmm. Brad Steiger.
Oh, yeah.
Steiger.
Okay, Brad Steiger.
And I was telling you about the star people, which premiered the idea of starseeds, at least to my knowledge. Nobody else mentioned that term in the common knowledge before he talked about it, and his wife Francie. So
and about what decade was this?
Yeah, the late 1970s, early 1980s.
Okay, cool. And for everyone listening as well, we probably talk a lot about books and shows to watch and that kind of stuff. And anything mentioned, I just put that on the show note page on the podcast apps, but also on my blog. So for everyone, you can head over to my blog and look at Brad Marcus. And either I put you on number 14 or number 11, because I just skipped a number. So I put everything there, all the links and all that, so people can go and have a look. So, Brad, before we get into the books and all that, I just wanted to hear with you, how did you get into and how did you get interested in this world that you are interested in now and that, try to get to know more about?
Yeah, because when I was young, I was always interested in stuff about outer space and nature. So I would always look in the stars, look at nature. And I didn't know a lot about people talking about UFOs at that time, but I got interested in it later, especially in the last 10 years, maybe 15 years, about people's experience either seeing extraterrestrials or seeing spacecraft or saying they had a contact with them. It's interested me a lot. And then maybe world religions or world spiritual experiences, supernatural beings appearing to people. That has interested me a lot also. And stuff like mediumship, where people would communicate with either people they knew or some kind of spiritual beings. Because our minds are, there's a lot of untapped abilities in our minds and in our spirit. And I believe in the ancient times we had those abilities. And there's legends of lost continents like Atlantis and Lemuria. And they said there were advanced beings there. So they lost their powers or whatever. And then we're getting the powers back right now.
So why, like, I know you're curious about, but why does it interest you so much? Is it you just want to know about it?
There are possibility of humanity and me and everyone else. So, and wanting to see something that maybe some other people haven't seen. I don't know, but I know people say they saw this, or they say they saw that, or this was their experience, and it's hard. It's not a common experience to everyday life.
Yeah. When we chatted before, like I think last week, it's quite interesting because you were just in another area of exploration kind of thing, like you were into the physics or metaphysics part.
Metaphysics is the same thing. It's a higher reality, like the aura of a human being. You can't see it, but you can feel it. They actually had something called Kirlian photography, where they would take a picture around the person, and maybe a person that was really healthy would have a different color around their body than a person that was not healthy. So, that there is a in world around the person, that the aura, the auric field of the human being. So,
and
I know you've heard the aura before. Yeah, I know you've heard the term aura, yes. The auric body, the aura.
And what are your thoughts about the aura?
Like I said, it's the unseen part of the human, of the soul. And the aura, the auric body, is the higher body that is preserved after we die. And the soul is eternal. It lasts forever. But it goes from body to body. So I believe that. I can't prove it. But people have had past life experiences. Either they did a hypnotic regression, or they just remembered it, or they saw a vision of it, or maybe somebody else told them about it. So.
And in terms of seeing things, like, I asked you about that, and you said, oh, no, I haven't had much experience, but you did have kind of a dream that was pretty distinct at one point. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, the one when I met the representatives of the Aetherius Society, and they talk about Venus. Their founder was a yoga teacher who had experience with people from another planet. So, and after I met these guys, their representatives, 2 nights after, I had a dream of a silver-shaped UFO. It was real clear, the dream. It was like I was there, and it was flying above my head. And I think I was with my dad, and I pointed at him, hey, there, I told you they're real. Then I woke up, it was a dream, but it was very vivid. So.
And and that is pretty common. Like I've had that as well. Like it's kind of a dream, but it's still not. It feels like I'm kind of remote viewing a event or something like that, or I'm actually there. And I guess...
Right, that's how it felt. That's how it felt, exactly. Yes. Like it was really happening. And then I woke up like, oh, it's a dream. But it was real because the dream world is another dimension. There's a book called Eckankar, The Key to Secret Worlds, and the author was talking about that the dream world is as real as the regular world. It's just in a higher vibration. It's not in a physical vibration where you can touch it. It's on a higher vibration.
Yeah, very true. Like, because when I started to get recollections and like, I'm and also those dreams are, they're not really a dream. They just really stand out. It's not like you dream and like, oh, I dreamt that I was walking a dog and then I jumped in the water and I had a swim and then I went home or I met someone. This is so, I don't know, it just stays with you. Like these like the ones I've had as well. I'm gonna start sharing the next couple of podcasts more about my little world as well. So, but it's very very interesting and to explore that as well. And maybe did you draw it at all?
I don't think I did, but I could. It was round, silver colored. It was flying over my head. If you know how the crafts fly, they can move like sideways, up and down, backward and forward really fast. So it was moving and it was wobbling like. I'd have to show you.
Yeah,
show you later.
Yeah, please, draw,
Even if I could just show you by pointing how it would fly. It was over my head. There's videos of spacecrafts flying, whether they were real or made up, but people have had a lot of the same experiences of these round crafts. And sometimes the lights would be flashing on top like colored lights, and then sometimes they landed, and sometimes there would be like tracks in the ground where these crafts had landed. So.
Cool. And I want to go over now. I might have you back another time as well because you got a lot of books that you could recommend and a podcast and all that. But I want to hear you if you could maybe give me a couple. You talked about the key to secret world, because like some of my listeners, they might be in the first stage of their awareness journey. Some might have been like, they might be down the track a little bit further. But do you have any books? Books are always good to recommend and talk about, because then they can go and explore themselves and make their own views and make their own understanding of what's happening. Do you have like 5 books or something like that? First of all, you said Psychic Chicago. Would you recommend that one to read? And where do you think people can find that one?
Probably that'd be hard to find. I only saw one copy. Psychic City, Chicago by Brad Steiger, but he has a lot of books about similar type subjects. So I'm sure people would find something by him.
Yeah, and the Star People.
Video, yeah, I highly recommend that because it talks about past lives. It talks about the idea of the starseeds are people that are descended from the mating of humans and extraterrestrial beings. They probably look like humans. And what's happening is the DNA of people is being activated. And that's why people are waking up. Like they talk about enlightenment, you're waking up. They're waking up to this knowledge that they had in their subconscious, but now it's waking up. She called it DNA packets are being awakened. That's what Francie was saying in her book.
Is that his
and
wife?
I feel the book is co-authored by the wife. Yeah, the wife.
Okay, yeah.
Francie.
And in terms of the DNA, because that's really interesting, because when I started my the bigger awakening journey, I couldn't stop draw. Like I was shown certain DNA and extra DNA strands, and they told me to open my book where I
Right.
actually have drawn them to activate the DNA, and they told me that as they is my guides, that we have more strands that we haven't awoken yet.
Hey,
So just to activate that. So that's very interesting actually, because I had no clue about this this DNA. What else do they say about the DNA?
what she said here, the star people were created to evolve at a more rapid rate than their Earth cousins, affecting the vibration of Earth and all of its life. The star people were seeded for their particular role long ago. Throughout the eons, the star people attitudes has affected all that there is on Earth. The vibrations that emanate from the star people affect all of Earth's matter. The star people have always aided all beings in time of peril. They have always caused their Earth cousins to prepare for events which they know will ultimately come to pass. Star people are receiving precognitive flashes of the cataclysms which lie ahead, and they are gearing up to help the remnant who remain on Earth at the time of the great cleansing.
Huh.
There's a lot of things like this in this book about.
Cool. Yeah. I think I have to try to get that one.
I think you should. I highly recommend it. It's out of print, but there's used copies on Amazon or somewhere online on for sale.
Oh, awesome! And do you have another book you like close to your heart as well?
The Omnec books.
Okay. Omnec. AMEK?
No, OMNEC.
OMANC.
No, OMNEC. There's no A in it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I need another coffee, Brad. Like I'm just woken up.
Oh.
Okay, Omnec.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
I'm awake.
Yeah.
You're awake.
Yeah, I'm awake. I'm trying to awake in the day as well. So Omnec, and is that sorry? Like I have never heard. Is it a person or is it?
It's a person. That's her Venusian name, and it means spiritual rebound.
Okay. Yeah.
And her famous book is called "From Venus I Came."
Okay.
Part of the Venusian Trilogy. I highly recommend it.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is new for me. Like, I might have been around for a while, but like I learn something all the time. And I think that's the beauty of it. And, okay, from Venus I came. Does she talk about the Venus people? Because it's, it's...
Yeah. In fact, there's an astral civilization on Venus, but there was a physical civilization there millions of years ago, or thousands of years ago.
Okay.
And then another one I like, this is more about regular mediumship.
Yeah.
Freaky Life Moments, Medium's Path to the Psychic World by Gail Thackray.
Freaky Life Moments.
Yeah, which means like you're not expecting to be psychic or to know, like she would be able to read what their situation was or send healing to them. And that she came from a different type of lifestyle, like a business type lifestyle. And then she became a psychic medium and healing people. So
cool.
I actually met her and had a past life reading from her, and I seen myself in a past life. While she was doing the reading, it was a reading to more than one of us at one of those mind, body, spirit expos.
So what were you in that past life? Or I find life or time is more multidimensional.
Sort of business or a banker, which I'm not good at any of those things right now. Not my forte. So I must have, I don't know what was happening then, but it's not my forte, but it's something, obviously it's part of life, business or finances or dealing with everyday things. So
cool. Do you have another book as well? Another book, and then we'll talk a little bit about podcast / YouTube.
Oh yeah, here. The Galactic Genealogy, Planetary Origins by Misha Johnston.
Oh,
I'm sure you know that book.
The Galactic.
Genealogy, Planetary Origins.
Yeah.
It's really good. You know that book.
Yeah, I actually ordered it, but I'm in Australia, so it would take a while. They're printing it at the moment. You can order it online on Amazon, I think, even. Yeah, but it's... Yeah, but Miesha Johnston, and Miesha Johnston, I just have to mention because she's, thanks to her, we have connected as well, and a lot of other people, and she has got starseedawakening.org. If you're interested about this world, like go there and have a look. She's got heaps of free content, but also like she sells books and all that, and she also has online groups which are free. So, but also past regression. Did you do like a past regression with her?
No.
Yeah.
I would like to do that.
Yeah, I can highly recommend that. I had one and it was like, I got a lot of clarity about a lot of stuff, and she doesn't do the deep hypnosis. She does, so you still like you have control over the situation yourself, and I actually did that remotely over Skype for 2 hours. I was... You know, like I had that regression. It was really nice, and I really trust her. And she's she knows what she's walking the walk. No, what do you call it? Walking the talk. You know, she's been through a lot herself, so she's got a lot of experience. She's amazing. Yeah.
I met her, but I didn't see her talk because I had to leave. That I was at a conference with her.
Okay.
The 5D event that Saeed David Farman has. There were a lot of good speakers there. So.
Oh, yeah. No, it's great. Yeah, that one. Can you talk about her book a little bit?
About who? Oh, yeah. Well, it has the different galactic races and drawings of the different races. Like one I identify with is, I'm looking in the book now, are the Chalosians, Agarthans, which are inner Earth beings.
Oh my God, me too.
Oh, see, we're connected.
Yeah, like oh my God, I've been always like drawn, and I've seen I've been down there, like oh my God, that is so awesome. Like the Agarthians, yeah.
There's people that said they've been down there, so.
Yeah.
Hilo is under Mount Shasta. Agartha is probably in another part of the earth.
Yeah.
But I believe a lot of the Europeans have a common root from the Agarthans. What happened, one of the stories I've heard is that when Atlantis was sinking, some of the people were able to go underneath the earth, and that's how they survived. So they survived the flood or the whatever happened in Atlantis.
Oh, cool. What do you know? That's great. So and if you have a couple of YouTube or podcasts that you could recommend as well.
Like Bridget Nielsen, she talks about hybrid children. She talks about different galactic subjects and healing, your ancestry. She spends a lot of time in Sedona, and she spends time in Hawaii, which are like strong energy places on the earth. So her talks a lot. And then another one I like is G.G. Young, G-I-G-I, G.G. Young. She's really good also. Okay. These are people I like to listen to a lot. Another one I have to plug because she gets messages from Pleiadians, and they don't come through her. They come like on her computer, like typed messages.
Cool. Okay, what's the name?
Called Cosmic Agency.
That's a cool name.
Yep, Gosia, Gosia. She's from Poland.
Oh, nice. Yep.
And, there's another channel where they do it in Spanish too.
Oh, wow.
Agency Cosmica. So for people who speak other language, that'd be good. Yep. There's a lot of Spanish-speaking people in the world. So.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, awesome. Yeah.
So those are some books that I recommend people check out.
Nice. All right.
And I like to listen often.
That's Okay, and I have to recommend one lady as well. When we talked last week, I just finished a gift from the stars. It's called Extraterrestrial Contact and Guide of Alien Races. Her name is Elena Danaan. She was also on Misha Johnston's radio show a couple of weeks ago.
Is it Helena or what?
No, Elena, Elena. Her last name is Danaan. I think it's Danaan. And she's
Wow, you know where that name came from. The Tuatha de Danaan are the fairies from Ireland.
oh, cool. Yeah. Oh my! Like she's French, but she lives in Ireland, and she's got her own show as well as being an author, and she's an artist, and so she's also has a very thorough explanation about different alien races. Yeah, so she talks about the Agathians there too. So, and I was really connected with that. So yeah, so she's very very. She seems like a very sweet and beautiful person. So yeah.
Right.
Okay, so do you have that? And I think I have you back later on. We could chat about more books and that. But I was wondering, I was going to ask you, what do you think is your purpose in this lifetime, Brad?
Well, one of them is to bring forth those realities that people don't see, or they think that it's not real, or they might think it's evil, but it's something that we should be aware of and we should embrace. These other beings from other places. And that would help humanity elevate their mind state and maybe get along and understand how to work together somehow.
And how do you, and also in terms of that, how do you work on your own grounding and keep yourself balanced and your own ascension process? What do you do in daily life to do that?
Like walk in nature. Mainly, that's the main thing I do, and do a lot of reading. I think I read too many different things at once, but they're interesting, so, and I kind of go where my spirit leads. So.
And what do you have? What's in store for you in the future? Like what?
One conference that I'm going to plug that I'm going to. Oh, and it's Rob Potter has it, and it's in Mount Shasta.
Cool.
It's at the end of August. I'm looking it up on here so I can say the name of it.
Yeah, maybe you can send me a link so people can. Rob Potter?
Yeah, I definitely want you to look at it. It's very important, in my opinion. I went last year, and it was really good. So.
And what does he talk about?
People that have, he's a contactee for sure since probably the 1980s. People that have contact with extraterrestrial beings, or people that have some kind of healing knowledge. There were a lot of healers at his conference last year. So
cool. All right, maybe when is that? Is that in October? Is that for people in America, obviously?
It's the United States, and it's in August.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if you have it online, because the other event that I went to, the 5D events, he usually has his broadcast online, but
it's so much nicer though to go to an event, and I'm so looking forward to this weekend, to the event I'm going to, because I want to be there, I want to feel it, and it's the ambiance, and you get to chat to people that you don't do if you are online. It's not the same thing.
It's called Mount Shasta Summer Conference, Hierky of Light Come Together.
Okay.
August 26th through 29th, 2021 in Mount Shasta. Highly recommend people go. Okay. One of my friends that I listen to podcast, Brooks Agnew, he'll be there. Brad Olson, who's going to Antarctica sometime soon. He's going to be on, another Brad like me, he's going to be on, Coast to Coast tomorrow. So.
Cool, yeah. All right. And is that like an event that they have every year?
Yep, he's been having this every year for a while. I don't know.
And maybe after you've been there, you can come back as well and have a chat. What's happened, and what you learned from it. That would be great.
Okay, I hope I can. Maybe I can be a panelist there one day, or have a table set up or something. Because I'm just mainly going to listen to everybody, but I feel like I'm a part of the event when I'm there. I'm networking with a lot of interesting people, like there's the inventions of Dr. Fred Bell. He had Tesla coils hooked up to copper pyramids. It's really fascinating.
Ooh, yeah.
And Fred is passed, but Rob Potter has his technology and has a lot of the items that he would sell. He has these receptors that you wear around your neck, and it brings in cosmic energy, and you put like a gemstone in there. Oh, it's really nice.
And talk about Tesla, like before we go, I wanna hear. Do you know anything about the violet wand that Tesla made, the healing device?
You're really good, because Rob Potter has a violet wand that he made.
Nice.
Yep. I didn't know about the Tesla making one, but there is some unique things that Tesla did.
Yeah, he made those, like as far as I know. So that's how I got into it, and not many people talk about it, but they have it like a remake of those, the violet wands that supposedly do some sort of healing. It's a glass wand, and inside he has earth it with, like, I think it's beeswax. I had a look at there's a guy that's got a YouTube channel, and he shows how it's made. It's very interesting. Wow. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. So, yeah, get to know more about that and tell us, okay?
Yep. I sent you a link to Rob Potter's post about his website, and on the website you can see the violet wand that he sells.
Oh my God! I'm in nerd heaven. Like this, this is so interesting. Oh, great.
Yeah.
So how? Let's see. I think I covered everything for now, but let's have a chat again, because we chat all the time on Messenger anyway, so we can have another chat, and if people have any questions, they can always email me at ascensiontalkpodcast@gmail.com. And and is there anything else that you would like to say until next time?
Oh, just that people learn to get along, like in the politics, they're really against each other, the Republicans and the Democrats, but maybe they'll get along, Actually, a lot of conscious people are supporters of Donald Trump, so I don't know, some people don't agree with that, but it's something that's happening on the earth right now. So there's a lot of challenges for everybody to step to the plate and do, so I guess they better do it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
for
think
making a platform to speak.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for Connect as well. It's been really fun, and chatting in between as well. So, but I'll have you back very soon, and until next time, have fun. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll chat to you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and as I said in the beginning, this is episode number 14, so head over to my blog on my website. It's ascensiontalk.com, and I got many more episodes there, and links, and also drawings that people have done, and from experiences, a lot of resources like what people mention during the interviews, and so go there and have a look, and it's all free, and just explore. And until next time, be curious, ground yourself, and see you soon. Bye.